My body's composition is determined by my genes. Hey, eyes up here.
Sydney Sweeney has very genes.
I'm not here to tell you to buy American Eagle jeans. And I definitely won't say that they're the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn. Or that they make your butt look amazing. Why would I need to do that? But if you said that you want to buy the jeans, I'm not going to stop you. But just so we're clear, this is not me telling you to buy American Eagle jeans.
Sydney Sweeney has very genes.
You see what I did there, right?
Hello guys, you're welcome to today's video on my channel. My name is Prince Josh. So please, if you've not subscribed to my channel, please do well to subscribe to my channel. Also remember to turn on the notification bell so that you can always see my video when it pops up. So the video you just watched is an ad. It's a commercial ad that was done by the American actress Sydney Sweeney, and it's an ad for the company American Eagle jeans. So this ad has been raising a lot of controversies, for days now, because she did an ad, a commercial ad for a jean. As you can see, she said Sydney Sweeney has a good jean, and it's bad. How bad can that be? I don't understand how it's become bad to advertise a jean, or because this advert is not politically correct to some individuals, they don't feel is the right person advertising these jeans, or is it inferiority contest, or what? Is it because it's a pretty lady who did this advert in place of a man? Was it supposed? I don't understand the outrage. The outrage is really surprising to me, because this ad is particularly very nice. Like, it's a perfect ad. It's a very good ad. She dressed quite modest, and it's a bad thing in the American society, raising a whole lot of controversies and outrage in, particularly in the black community or in the woke community. Come on, guys. You guys are beginning to do too much. It's too much. So this ad is something that every company should look up to. I think it was a brilliant ad. Whoever strategized this ad, whoever wrote the script, it's quite brilliant. It's a very brilliant, idea for marketing. So whoever is the marketing strategist, whoever strategized this marketing idea, it's really, the person is a genius. So I think this whole outrage is because it wasn't done in a woke way. The American society today has, conformed to abnormalities. They praise things that should not be praised. They are happy with things that should be frowned upon. I don't think this particular ad will be gaining such controversies and outrage if it was done in a woke manner, because most of these persons complaining about this ad has nothing bad to say when you see a black man wearing dresses. For most of these big companies have black men wearing dresses, painting their faces, things that are meant for women. You see black guys doing them. You see both white guys. They just, dive into this wokeism and this madness that has been eating American culture. Nobody is outraged about that. When you see things going wrong, nobody is outraged about that. And now you see a very modest advert, very modest commercial ad that should be, praised, something that should be welcomed in the society. I think that ad it fits into every category. It's a PG rated ad. You don't see her half naked like most of these companies do. You don't see that she's not naked. She's putting on a nice pair of jeans, and it's raising controversies. Come on, guys, take me back to those days where things were normal, because I think that ad is normal. It's top notch. So, and it's quite surprising for me to see that the American society is frowning on this ad. I see a whole lot of outrage in the internet. Was she supposed to go naked? Was she not supposed, or is it because she's pretty? Is she not supposed to be pretty? And I don't know where they drag Nazi Germany into it. I see a whole lot of people saying this is white supremacy because someone advertised a gene. So I'll just let some videos roll. So, and while you watch, please drop your comments and whatever you think on the comment section, okay?
Stop pretending like you don't know why the Sydney Sweeney ad was bad. Knock it off. I'm sick of it. All of these white people commenting under videos of people who are very, very calmly, rationally, and very intelligently explaining exactly why that ad was in fact white supremacist propaganda. And you guys are all up in these comments. I don't really think it was that deep. I don't really understand. I don't get it. I don't get the big deal. Shut the fuck up. You're explaining what the big deal is, and you are still talking over people of color. Still, I just can't. Like, at this point, if you can't see that ad for what it is off of the bat, media, I hate this word because it's become such a buzzword that people are using it without actually knowing what it means, but genuinely, your media literacy, your ability to comprehend what is being put in front of you is scarily low. It actually genuinely concerns me that there are people who are claiming that they actually don't understand. If you genuinely are telling me that you don't know, you need to sit down and do some serious research and education on propaganda and how people fall for it, because you are dangerously at risk of falling for even worse, even scarier propaganda. But besides that, I don't believe half of y'all. Half of y'all know exactly what the fuck was wrong with that ad, and the only reason why you were saying these things is to diminish the problem and to act like it isn't as big of a deal as it is. But it is. It is a big fucking deal. I'm not in this video going to explain to you guys why, because there are so many people who have already done that. And there is so much research and so much out there for you to draw that conclusion on your own. So I'm not going to sit here and take the time to do that. This is just a PSA that I see through you, and I know what you are. If you want to be racist with your full fucking chest so that we can screenshot this shit and have it in the archives for when the tide fucking turns again and you guys are all at the next Nuremberg trials.
So obviously this is rage bait, but here's what nobody's really talking about. This campaign is poking at women's greatest and most tender insecurity under the patriarchy, which is desirability in the beauty standard. It affects not only non-white women, even though this is clearly white supremacist, Aryan race propaganda, but it also adversely affects the majority of white women who do not naturally have blonde hair and blue eyes. Because yes, even the women who can achieve this look have to do it through artificial means in one way or another. The vast majority of white women are not naturally blonde. It's a very, very, very small percentage who go on to be naturally blonde in adulthood. Sydney Sweeney herself is not even a natural blonde. And of course, lots of white women are also insecure about having brown eyes. So that's a whole generation of young white women who are being further propagandized to purchase blonde hair dye and contacts for the rest of all time. Another thing about the Sydney Sweeney beauty standard that is very important to note is that big boobs are a hallmark of what conservative men are attracted to. At the end of the early 2000s and through the 2010s, we were becoming a more progressive society, and so we also naturally progressed to be a more ass-centric society. Women of color are more likely to have a naturally fat ass. These things intersect. Imagine that. This campaign Using Sydney Sweeney in this way is pushing women to pander to conservative men and their fantasies. And before I go any further, I also think it's important to note, and I can second this based on my own personal life experience, that a lot of conservative men just want to show the world that this is their type. But like the Madonna whore complex, they're actually likely to also be interested in women of color, black women, trans women, and then just hold a woman like Sydney Sweeney up on their arm to show to the world that they are adhering to the white supremacist, patriarchal, capitalistic beauty standards. Because men, and especially conservative men, are male-centered too. And unfortunately, a lot of times the woman on their arm is a lot more about keeping up appearances than it is about what they genuinely desire. But anyway, the messaging for women is that you need to be desirable. This is what desirability looks like. You want to be desirable for men. You know what type of man is into this? Conservative men. That leads women to be conservative women. The birth rate has crashed and is burning. They want women back in the houses, back in the kitchens, popping out babies like there's no tomorrow. And you know what guy is most likely to believe in that specific American vision as well? The same type of guy who wants to have this type of woman on his arm in public. It is a trap. Classic propaganda tactic. It's a whole lot of subliminal messaging packed up in this campaign that will affect the brains of women who are either too young and naive to understand this, or just not the sharpest tool in the shed. Sure, it'll hurt the self-esteem of women of color, but this is actually most dangerous for white women. Because again, most white women do not naturally look like this. Even Sydney Sweeney does not naturally look like this. She has to buy a bottle of blonde hair dye every single month. It keeps women on a perpetual hamster wheel of chasing desirability for no one other than men. And who does it serve? The elite's pockets. It's a capitalistic scheme. That's what I mean when I say that capitalism and patriarchy are cults. They tell you how to live your life as though this is the only right way. And oftentimes it's done by a lot of brainwashing and subliminal messaging, and it's in fucking everything. To the untrained eye, the unintelligent eye, this looks like a normal ass campaign where they're just saying Sydney Sweeney is hot. But if you think deeper, if you have critical thinking skills, this is Nazi propaganda. The only way to actually win the capitalism patriarchy game as a woman is to stop finding and putting your value in how well you meet their white supremacist beauty standards and in how horny you make men. Because one day, Sydney Sweeney's gonna be a little too old for their liking and they're just gonna dump her for the next young blonde, blue-eyed bombshell. And the cycle will continue unless we choose to get smarter and stop absorbing the messaging.
So from the video, it's very obvious that these guys are just outraged over nothing. So all this just, I think it boils down to the fact that, you know, they are being hit with reality. Reality is hitting them. It's very obvious that with Trump in office, he's no longer taking this LGBT thing, no wokeism in America anymore. It's going, it's sinking down the ship, okay? It's sinking. That wokeism era is gone. It's all gone. So they have to live with these realities. So that's why they are cooking up new stories, looking for pointing fingers where they are nothing. So because I don't see the reason why you find an issue with a lady who is advertising a pair of jeans, making a very good commercial advert for a company, and you're outraged about that. I don't even see any racial thing about that video. She dressed that someone. Is it bad to dress well in America now? Is it wrong? So you guys tell me what you think on the comment section, okay? Please, if you've not subscribed to my channel, do well to subscribe to my channel. Also remember to give me a thumbs up, like the video, give your comments on the comment section to enable us reach larger audience, and turn on your notification bell so that you can see my video whenever I drop new videos, okay? Thank you guys, and see you on the next video.